Alrighty guys, here is another recorded Pilates class for you for this Monday morning or afternoon. We will go ahead and get started here by making our way onto our workspace. Right, lying on our back. We'll have the knees bent, feet grounded onto the floor. You want your knees and feet to be lined up with your hip bones, narrow stance. So take a time to really feel that within your body. Toes are forward, feet are paralleled. Arms are stretched down long beside, but pulling them slightly away, 45 degrees, palms turned up and shoulders rolling open. And then actively, but very lightly, pressing the backs of shoulders to the ground, which will really kind of broaden you more across your chest, lengthen the crown of your head to the back of your workspace, really lengthening the neck here. Also, chin is going to land fist distance from your chest. Eyes then close. And we begin with our breath. Start by taking a deep inhale through your nose, and then a steady exhale through your mouth. Breathing in, filling all the way up. Slow, steady exhale. Make sure that you empty out completely. Ribs expanding outward as you inhale and fill the lungs. Think about squeezing the breath out from start to finish and letting the ribs really knit and pull back to your midline, pushing all that air out of the body. Your inhales will remain light and easy. Now create a more powerful, forceful, audible exhale when you release. Physically, belly is going to rise when you inhale and the core muscles stay relaxed. When you produce that forceful exhale, those muscles then contract and engage, pushing the breath down to the bottom. You're going to feel your lower abdominals drawing downward deeply towards spine. Take the next few moments to stay with this breath. Really help connecting mind and body. Also to help really build up the relationship between your breath and core. They are directly related. So the more effort and energy you bring within your exhale will produce the same activity and energy within your powerhouse. Let's go ahead and take 4 more cycles of breath. Trying to pull your abs in even deeper each time you exhale. This is the time here to clear the mind. Stay focused and present and mindful of yourself. When you get to that 4th round of breath, use the exhale to pull the belly in firm, lift the feet off the ground, and draw your knees into your chest. You'll then place your hands on your knees as you then begin to rock gently side to side. Make sure to really stay with the tempo of your breath so the quality does not get lost. From side to side, you'll then start to create a circular motion with your legs, both of which moving in the same direction. Hands are help guiding this so that your legs can relax and you can get a nice massage into the sacral region of your spine, just above the tailbone. Go ahead, pause, and then reverse direction of movement. Good, and then bring the legs back into still. When you breathe in next, take your legs and separate them using your hands. Open the legs to a nice straddle. This time when you exhale, use your hands to hug your legs in and up closer towards your armpits. Then on your inhale, you're going to kind of let that hug release. And then on your exhale, you're going to draw the legs in together again. We're going to do that a couple more times to just kind of work on the mobility of our hips. So on an inhale, separate the legs and open them out wide. And then as you exhale, hug the legs in closer to your body. Inhale, you're going to release that hug, but still hold on to your knees. And exhale, guide the legs back in towards each other. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale for the open. Exhale for the hug in and up. And let that hug release when you breathe in. And let the legs join together. Exhale. Let's do that 1 more time. Inhale for the opening as wide as you can. Let those hips really open up. And then exhale. hugging in to get a little bit more stretch into the groin and inner thighs. Release the hug when you breathe in. And then exhale, let the legs come back together. Once they have, both hands to your right knee as you stretch your left leg to the floor. Flexing foot, anchor the leg to the ground. Hug then the right leg in closer to your body, which will stretch your glute and lower back. Actively pull the shoulders down to the floor. While the leg is hugged in, create circles with your foot, which will warm into your ankle. Getting into our joints here. And then reverse direction. And then bring that foot back into still. And now extend your right arm out to a T, out to its side. Press that shoulder back into the ground. As many breaths as you need, the leg is going to cross over to your left side as you look over your right shoulder, coming into spinal twist. Allowing your body to really ease into the space rather than forcing or rushing it. Let your exhales melt you and settle you into form. Let's take 2 more cycles of breath here. One more breath in. Firm the belly, exhale, unwind, and come back through center. Once you have, release the right leg and lengthen it out, meaning your left. Left leg will then draw in, both hands holding on. You're going to use your hands to hug the leg in close. Drop shoulders from ears. And draw circles with the left foot now warming into the ankle. The reverse direction. Leg comes back in, or foot rather, comes back into still. Left arm extends out to its side, shoulder pressing down. Guiding the leg now across to your right side. As you look over, left shoulder rotation. Really looking as far over that shoulder as you can. Breathing in will create space in your body. The exhales eliminate the space. And let you ground in just a bit more. Let's do one more breath in. Firmed belly, exhale, take it back through center, nice and slow and gentle. Once you've come back through center, place both hands back to that left knee. Pull the lower belly in deep. Hover your right leg off the ground. Make sure the foot is not dead and relaxed. You want either a flex foot or pointed toe. Of course, you can't see my foot, but my toes are pointed here. We keep that to keep there. We engage the foot to then engage the leg muscles. And from here, next breath out, let's peel up the head, neck, and shoulders, holding the space, just noticing the core working here to keep the body stabilized and suspended. Let's go ahead and take the hands now behind the head and actively pull the elbows back, widening your arms. Eyes are to your navel, and breath is powerful. Deep inhales, strong exhales. Let's take one more breath in here. And then let's slowly switch the legs. When we exhale, pull the right leg in as the left leg lengthens, and then we hold this space. Inhaling and exhaling still. Good. Keep breathing as you return your hands now to your right knee. So noticing the hands offer just a little bit more support here. With your next exhale, release the head, neck, and shoulders back to the ground. Notice the strength of your core isn't as needed when things begin to start to ground. Go ahead and then with your next breath out, return your left leg to the floor. Good. Release the right knee, take your right foot to the ground, and then do the same with your left side. So both knees bent, both feet grounded, arms beside you. Let's take the right ankle from here and cross it over the left knee. And let's flex the foot to help push the leg out, which will open up the hip. You can come into any variation of figure 4 stretch that feels best for your body to be in. Make sure the shoulders aren't straining if you're choosing to hold your left leg up. If you are deciding to offer movement, very slow, focus on sensation and change of sensation. If there is that motion added in, you're breathing into that right hip, just feeling it out. Wonderful. If you were in movement, I'm going to have you come into still. If you had lifted up your left leg, you're going to return that foot to the ground. And then you're going to reach your right leg up to the sky. Hold the back of the right leg with both hands and anchor your tailbone to the floor. Begin to push the leg away from body first to really lengthen it out. And then getting into the stretch, the elbows bend and the leg starts to pull in a little bit. If you have really tight hamstrings, you may pulsate into this exercise, or this stretch rather, which kind of eases you into it versus kind of straining into it. You want to kind of be gentle on our body here, especially while we're stretching. And then if you were pulsating, you're going to go ahead. The next time you kind of draw in, you're going to keep that stretch, hold it nice and steady and still. And then while you're holding the stretch, flex your foot, heel to the sky, and then point your toes. Again, heel to sky and point. And we'll do that once more, flexed foot. Good, pointed toes. You're going to relax the foot, release your leg. Gently bend the knee and take your foot back to the floor. Do both those stretches on the other side. Left ankle over right knee, flexed foot. Pressing leg actively away from the body, opening up the hip. Again, you can come into any variation of the figure 4 stretch that feels best for you. Just make sure your attention has shifted to your left hip. You're really focused on that part of your body. And you're feeling into it. So that might be exploring with movement. That might be exploring using breath work. And then if you did offer movement with this stretch, go ahead and recenter yourself. If your right leg had lifted, returning the foot to the floor, reaching your left leg up to the sky. Hold the leg from behind and anchor down the tailbone. Push forward first, leg away from body, and then meet that energy by pulling in. And again, if you have tight hamstrings, you can go ahead and gently pulsate into this, going nice and slow and easy, and really making sure that tailbone doesn't start to curl and peel off the ground. The more you keep pressed in, the more stretch you can get into the backside of that leg. If you are pulsating, the next time you hug in, you're going to go ahead and hold the stretch. And then flex the foot, heel to sky. And then point your toes. Again, heel to sky. And then point. And we'll do that one more time. Flexed foot. Good. Pointed toes. And then relax the foot. Release the leg, bending your knee, taking your foot to the ground. Both feet are grounded here. Arms are now going to stretch back beside you. From this position, we'll take the legs into tabletop, knees above the hips, tailbone still rooted, and ankles and knees along the same plane. So 90 degrees. If you want more support, take the arms out to T. If you're thinking you want less support, lift arms above the shoulders, stacked nice. Single toe taps, breathing in. Right leg begins to lower downward. Toe taps because perhaps they do, or maybe they don't, and that is okay. Exhale, firm that belly, slowly bring the leg back to tabletop. Make sure not to draw the leg in too closely. Then the left leg staying at 90, right? That shape of the leg never changes as if it's frozen in that position. So the movement stems from the hip joints. Take it down again with the right side, inhale. And our core is then working to support the lower back. In this movement, left side coming down on an inhale. Take the entire breath out to move the leg towards the floor. Then exhale, same principle on the way up. Let's do one more to each. Right leg coming downward. Forceful exhale to pull the leg up. Once more, left side, inhaling, taking it down. And then exhale back to tabletop. Once it's landed in tabletop, turn the knees to chest. Hands to knees, and rock and recover. All right, so we're being very precise with our movement, smaller range of motion to really focus on those tiny little stabilizing muscles within our body. All right, so we're gonna move next into single leg circles. Although the name and the movement might think it's a leg exercise, it's actually an abdominal one. So using your powerhouse strength to stabilize the backs of your hips. So let's start by stretching the left leg down to the floor and lifting the right leg up to the sky. Pointed toes for strength of leg to help also externally rotate that leg. If you're finding this bothers your hip flexor, bend the right knee a bit, but make sure that leg that moves as one solid unit. Arms are beside you or out to T for extra support. Left leg is anchored down firm. Right leg, when you breathe in, is going to cross slightly over the body. Then you'll draw a small circle on your exhale, sweeping down, kind of opening out to the side, and then restacking leg above hip. Pause here. Cross on your inhale. Firm your belly and circle the leg around, maintaining external rotation of the thigh. Let's do 2 more in this direction. Cross on an inhale. Your backs of hips should stay really anchored firmly to ground and staying nice and stabilized. Once more, inhale for the crossover. Sweep down, out, and stack up. Stop here. Now with your inhale, we'll start to open the leg out to the side to start. And then exhale, sweep down, slightly across, and then lift and stack above. 3 more here. Open on an inhale. 2 more. Inhale to initiate. Exhale for follow through. Good. Once more. Breath in, opening. Exhale, circling around, stacking. And then drawing the knee into chest. Place your hand on your knee. Draw circles with that right leg, just to massage out the hip flexor. All right, so we use a lot of control there from our abdominals so that the backs of hips don't begin to seesaw or wobble while the leg is moving through that circular motion. All right, let's go ahead to the other side. So right leg is going to stretch out long, the foot is going to flex, and the leg is going to press down into the floor. Your left leg is going to extend up with toes pointed for this and externally rotated with the thigh. Arms again, close in or out to T for extra support. Breath in, the left leg crosses over just a little bit. These are small circles. Exhale down, sweeping out, and stacking up. If you're noticing, inhale, crossing again, exhale, circling. If you notice that the hips are seesawing, indication to make the circle smaller, move a little bit on the slower end. Make sure you're focused on your core doing its job. Let's do 2 more here. One last time. Let's cross it on an inhale. And let's circle it around and stop right at the top so that we can then reverse. Take the leg open on an inhale out to its side and then circle it around, across slightly, and then stack. Pause. Right, open on an inhale. Make sure that you always take a moment to pause before taking another round through. We'll do 2 more here, right? Making sure that there's a very definitive beginning and ending point, which is the stacking above your hip. Once more, open on an inhale. Sweep around and keep everything else in your body like a statue. Once the leg has stacked, draw the knee in, left hand to the knee, and draw circles with that leg. Right, so with that exercise in particular, the principle of it's more important what's not moving than what is moving really kind of is in the forefront for that one. Okay, let's go ahead and take the feet to the ground again with knees bent. Arms this time stacked and lifted above the shoulders. Palms are forward, hands are shoulder width. Fingers reach up, backs of shoulders plug down. Moving into ab curls, take a breath in. Use your ab strength on the exhale to lift up head, neck, shoulders, then the arms come to a hover beside you. Stretch to your heels and drop the shoulders even closer to the ground. Return to the floor again, breathe in, restack the arms. They kind of float back up. Exhale, arms are always going to be secondary movement. Core is the initiator. Return down on an inhale. Let's pause here and take the legs into tabletop next. And we'll take 2 more, curls up. Return to the mat, breathe in. 1 more time here. Squeeze the breath out down to the bottom. and then lower to the floor. Pause here. Lift your legs up to the sky. Pointed toes for strength. And come up again. Ab curl. Return down. Breathe in. One more time. Exhale. Find your lift. But this time you'll keep your lift. Adjust positioning of head and shoulders or legs if needed. We're going to go right into our hundreds. You're going to inhale for 5, 3, 4, 5, and exhale for 5. Good. Here's 20, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Good. 30. Exhale. Good. Here's 40, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Good. 50. Keep those arms strong. Exhale. 60, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Good, 70. Exhale. Good, here's 80, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Good, 2 more sets, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale. Keep on pumping, last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 100, release and recover. Gets your body warmed up. It's the blood pumping, a little bit of cardio, right? For Pilates at least. Yeah. So body's warmed. We're using our abdominal strength to support the lift of the body and the stability and the stillness of our body, while the arms had lots of energy in that pumping. Okay. Let's go ahead and take our legs back up to the sky. We're going to move next into double leg circles. So we just had done prior to our hundreds the single leg circle. Now we're going to move more into working, of course, both legs at the same time. This will not only strengthen, of course, the core, but will work back into the mobility of our hips. So let's take the legs to sky, drop tailbone in, and bend the knees a bit if you're needing. Toes pointed, arms beside you, or out to T. With an inhale, you're going to take both legs and open them up really wide as you can go. And then on your exhale, you're going to circle the legs downward, bring them together, and lift them to the sky. So you're going to open on a breath in. The amount at which you swoop down with is up to you, so it can stay closer towards the ceiling than the ground for modified variation up. Let's do 2 more in this direction. Externally rotate your thighs when you're opening, and then maintain that as you sweep down. Bring together and find lift. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Stop here at the top. Now we're just going to reverse the direction of movement. So when you inhale now, taking the legs downward, again, that level is up to you. Exhale, sweep out, lift, and bring together. 3 more here. Breath in, lowering. Exhale, sweep out, find lift. Hug together. Let's do 2 more. Don't forget, the energy of your exhale is going to directly help your core. Once more. After your last, knees to chest. Give them a little squeeze into the body. And then release your feet to the ground. Take your feet out a little bit wider than shoulder width. Knees the same. Arms to T. Inhale, lower your legs over to the right. And exhale, lift up and over to the left side. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, up and over to the right side. And then exhale, up and over to the left. Let's just do 1 more to each side, getting a little bit of hip flexor stretch here, and lower back stretch as well. Good. And then take the legs back to their centered space as you heel toe the feet back to hip bone width distance apart. From here, the knees draw into chest. Arms can be close in, opened to T, or lifted. Leg extensions, take a breath in. Exhale, extend both legs away from body, reach through your toes, and draw the knees back in again. Really imprint your spine so you don't slide around on your workspace as you extend the legs away from. Lower to ground, more intense. Higher to sky, a little bit more modified. Draw the knees in again. And now, let's do 4 more. 4. And draw back in. 3 more. Push the breath out. And draw the knees in. Let's do 2 more leg extensions. Reach it out. Draw it in. Once more, you're going to extend those legs, but you're going to keep them extended. Toes are pointed, firm like a board with those legs. Flutter kicks. Control movement from hips. Quads are fired. Core is tight. 3, 2, 1. Good, and then draw the knees in. Recover again. Maybe some movement here just to massage out your back. Okay, we're going to move into our roll-ups next. So let's go ahead and lengthen your legs all the way onto the ground. Both feet are flexed, toes are lifted to the sky. Really make sure the inner edges of your feet run parallel. You're going to feel your thighs kind of rolling and hugging into midline. The arms are going to reach above you, behind you, right to the back of your workspace. Make sure the ribs don't pop as they tend to do here. So we want to drop the ribs down and imprint the middle of your back into the floor. When you breathe in, start to peel up the arms, the head, and the shoulders. Exhale, continue to pull your body up to a tall, stacked, seated position. Hinge slowly over the legs to fold, and depending upon your body. This is a very deep back body stretch. So if you're really tight here, I want you to slowly melt into it. Keep pushing out through your heels. Really let the head hang. Even if you find that it's like, ooh, a bit sensitive, take your time with it. The reason you want the head to hang is because we're stretching everything in the back body, meaning the neck and all the way out through the crown of the head. If the head is lifted, we don't get that release. All right, next inhale, we'll stack back up again, nice and tall. And then as you exhale, tuck your tailbone under, hollow out your front body, round your back body, and start to return to the ground one vertebra at a time. So spinal articulation, and then never ever let the legs relax. Keep them strong. We begin again. Inhaling, starting your lift, and then exhale around the tips of your shoulder blades as you start continuing to reach upward towards the sky. Then hinge and fold gently over your legs. Head heavy. Sit up tall, breathing in, and then rolling down. Make sure that you look straight ahead so that the chin doesn't press into your chest. Let's do a couple more here. Inhaling, the lift starts, head start. Exhale when it gets physically challenging to stack your body up and hinge forward. This time when you breathe in, you'll stack up, but just take the arms out to T. Spread fingers, hug between your shoulder blades. When you exhale, rotate to your right, get taller as you twist. Don't let the legs move. Inhale to center, so adding in a spine twist here to the left side. Eyes stay at the horizon. Come back through center, lift the arms up, inhale, roll down, exhale. Let's do one more, breath in, start it. Push that breath out, legs press into the ground, heart lifts up high, hinge and stretch your back body. Sit up tall, inhale, arms out to a T, spine twist, rotate to your right. Keep drawing those shoulder blades down your backside towards tailbone. Inhale to center. This is all waistline work. Rotate over to your left. Come back through center. Let's do that again to the right side. So if your legs are moving, that's an indicator that, of course, your hips and your pelvis has moved. Therefore, we want to lessen the range of motion so that we can get more control over our body. Good. Come back through center and just let the arms gently float back down. So holding the arms out is strengthening our shoulders, our lats, and our rhomboids between the shoulder blades. We're going to continue to strengthen those areas of our body through an overhead press. So if you do have weights on hand, I didn't mention this in the beginning, if they happen to be beside you, you can add them in. You could do this also without weight, which is plenty of work on its own. Either way, if you have weights, you're going to hold on to one with each hand. If you don't have weights, you're just going to pretend that you do. So you're going to create two fists with your hands. You're still sitting upright. You're going to take your hands right to the outside of your shoulders. So I don't want the elbows to be pulled out in front. I don't want the hands to be relaxed. I want everything to draw back, which activates your back body. Looking straight on, good posture, belly in. On your exhale, press all the way up to the sky with those hands. Straight above the shoulders, not pulled out in front. And then pull the weights back down outside of shoulders. Exhale, press up, and then pull down. So we're gonna do 4 more here. When you press up to sky, it activates more in the shoulders. And then when you're pulling down, it's more in between the shoulder blades and your lats, which run kind of along the side of your armpits. 3 more, press up and pull down. There's always resistance in both directions. Let's do 2 more here. So notice how I'm not rushing through anything. I'm imagining that I had weight and it's kind of fighting me in opposite ways. Let's do 1 more here. Exhale, press all the way up. Pull down to the outside of your shoulders. And if you had real weights, you'll set them down. If you didn't, they'll just melt forward. Let your feet relax here. Your head relax, your arms relax, and just kind of breathe into your back body. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Again, breath in. And then as you exhale, begin to roll and stack your body up to a nice tall seated position. Good. From here, we're going to transition to tabletop. So we're going to come on to the hands and knees. So at tabletop, make sure your fingers are spread out wide, supporting your wrists. Knees are underneath your hips. You're not looking down by your hands, you're looking slightly past them, so the heart stretches forward. Notice if you've collapsed into your arms, I want you to lift out of them. Also, if your lower back is kind of swaying and your belly's kind of hanging, I want you to pull the lower belly in and up. And then if you have hyperextended arms, like you can notice mine here, kind of locked out, I want you to soften your elbows. Take an inhale. Exhale, extend the left arm forward and right leg back, slowly moving so that you don't really have to readjust, but flex the foot and point the pinky toe to the floor. Send the heart forward. Lift out of that right arm just a bit more and pull the belly in and up once again. When you inhale, now tap fingertips and tiptoes to the ground, very light. And then exhale, pull back up, almost in line with the spine here. Again, light tap down when you inhale. Lift on the exhale. We'll do 2 more here. Make sure there's equal weight in your right arm and your left leg. Once more, take it down, breathe it in. Lift it up on the exhale. Stay lifted and long, inhaling. And then return to tabletop, exhaling. We'll do the other side. Breath in to prepare yourself. Exhale, right arm forward and left leg back. Push out through the left heel. The left pinky toe points to the ground. Don't let yourself collapse into the left arm. Send your heart forward. Good. Inhale, fingertips and toes barely touch the floor when you tap, right? Exhale. So we don't want to rest our weight on the ground ever, because then we're losing, right, our work. So barely touch, and then exhale, pull it all back up again. Let's do 2 more here. Coming down on an inhale. Lifting slow on the exhale. Maintaining balance here, come down, breath in. Lift up on the exhale, stay lifted as you inhale. And then exhale, return to tabletop position. Wonderful. So just kind of working with a little bit of stability, balance work, and of course, strengthening. We're going to move next into a movement that's going to not only, of course, work our core, but also strengthen our outer hips. So I'm just going to take a quarter turn facing the camera so it's a little bit easier for you to see this movement here. Excuse me. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to take my right leg and stretch it back behind, but cross it behind me as well. So making sure that when you cross, your body doesn't twist too much, right? There's going to be just a little bit of a pullback with the hip, but other than that, that is it for the shifting of. Make sure, again, your fingers are spread out wide. So my leg is going to get cut off from the camera, but I will, of course, cue to what we'll be doing here. So this is your starting and ending point with the leg crossed back behind you. Take a breath in. And then on your exhale, you're going to kind of pull the leg out to the front and kick the leg out to its side. And then cross back again. Breathe in. Extend out to its side and kind of get a little flick. And then pull in and back. So you kind of start here by bending the knee, bringing the heel to glute, and then once that's there, sweeping the knee around and out, and then extending the leg. And then rebend the knee, pull the knee back, and then touch the foot back behind you. Does that make sense in terms of movement? So we'll do that twice more. Heel to glute, sweep the knee around and out, and then flick the foot out to the side. And then pull back in, heel to glute, knee draws back, toe touches down behind, and then once more. Good. Cross back to finish the exercise, and then take that knee back underneath its hip tabletop. Right, so the hip strength comes from the elevation of the leg out to its side, but you're also strengthening the hip of the grounded leg at the same time. So both legs get a workout. Let's do the other side. So my left leg is going to cross back behind. So remember, it's heel, knee, extension, then it's heel in, knee back, foot down. Yeah. So breathe in here. Exhale, heel, knee, and extend out to side. Pull back in, inhale. Again, heel, knee, flick out. Then heel, knee, touch back. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4. Use your core to stabilize as best you can everything else. 3 more. Good. Try to refrain from leaning into your opposite side when the leg extends out. Try to keep weight equal. Yeah, it's challenging to do. 1 more time. Good. Cross back to finish the exercise, and then come back to tabletop, right? So we never want to stop short of all our movements. We want to make a complete movement before we take a breather. Go ahead, sit back to your heels for a moment. Or yeah, sit back to your heels. Body parts are getting confused. Elbows to the floor, and then you can just kind of shake out the hands or roll out your wrists, just because we're in that tabletop position for a fair amount of time. All right, so just a different way to strengthen our leg muscles. All right, we're gonna go ahead and transition now onto our stomach to strengthen into our back body again, which is considered part of our core. So shoulders, upper, middle, and lower back, glutes involved, and I'm gonna toss some hamstring work in there as well. So let's go ahead and get there on the mat. Belly side down. We're going to start with hands underneath the shoulders, arms hugged in tightly, elbows point behind you, and forearms are lifted off the ground. You're stretched back really long with your legs. Your feet are shoulder width apart. Tops of feet press into the ground, toes reach back, and forehead starts resting on your workspace. Take an inhale. Exhale, use your upper back and core strength to lift your head and chest off the ground. Notice my chin did not become any greater distance away from my chest than fist distance. Return down on an inhale. So it's very tempting to push the chin forward and look forward, but exhale. You want to keep everything lined up nice so that the neck is the extension of your spine. And then come back down on your inhale. We'll do 2 more of these. So exhale, lengthen forward through the crown of your head towards the front of your workspace. Lower on an inhale. Hands stay grounded, but you don't use to push off the ground with. You just keep them softly there. Squeeze a lemon between your shoulder blades and try to pull that lemon down to your tailbone. Good. And then go ahead and return back to the floor. Once you have returned here, now we'll go ahead and extend the arms out in front. So that first one focused more on upper back and core, and now this one will focus upper back still, core still, but now offering some strengthening in the middle portion of our back. So the erector spinae, which run along the sides of your spine. Having the arms extended forward actually makes this lift much more challenging physically to do. So don't be concerned if you can barely come off the ground. What I do want you to be more concerned with is that you're going to really want to keep your arms framing your ears throughout the movement. So let's go ahead and get this started. Arms extended, forehead grounded. Hips are your anchor. So press them down and inhale. Now arms, head, and heart come up. Exhale. So your lift might be smaller than it once was prior. And then take it down. Breathe in. Again, exhale. Remember, arms continue to frame your ears when you lift up. Pelvic floor presses down. Inhale, return to the mat again. We'll do 2 more of these. Exhale. Inhale, return with control. Once more, find lift, but this time we'll stay lifted and we'll breathe in. Creating W's, exhale, you're going to bend the elbows, sweep them out and pull them down in towards your hips. The hands widen and the fingers are spread. Shoulder blades slide down. Extend the arms forward again, breathe in. We'll do this twice more. Exhale into a W form. Feel this between your shoulder blades. And extend the arms forward again. Inhale, we'll do one more, sorry. Exhale, pull in and down. So we don't want elbows up, we want them pointing to the floor. And extend the arms forward on an inhale. Exhale, cross the arms and rest your forehead onto the arms to recover. All right, so we're going to move next into our lower back and our glutes to start, and then we'll add in addition of hamstring work. So make sure here again, your feet are shoulder width apart, toes are pointed, and your hips are your anchor. Take an inhale, press them into the floor. Squeeze your glutes and exhale, lift your legs off the ground. Reach back with your toes. Take the legs down on an inhale. And again, exhale, squeezing glutes first, then finding the movement in the lift. Come down when you inhale. We'll do 4 more of these. 4. Release. 3 more, find lift. And release. 2 more times. Exhale, slow pull up. Release it back down. 1 last time. Exhale, find lift. Keep the lift. Flex your feet. Try to clap your heels towards each other. Will they touch? Maybe, but maybe not. That's okay. For 5, thighs up. 4, glutes squeezed. 3, breath big. 2, legs long. 1. And then take the legs down to the floor. Release, recover. Okay. So this is where we're going to add in a hamstring activation through a little like curl, a hamstring curl. So just be very mindful of my cueing for the positioning of your feet. Those are very important. The flexing of the feet, which pushing out through your heels, or the pointing of the toes. All right. So we're going to start with our toes pointed, hips pressed down. On an inhale, you're going to lift your legs off the ground. When you exhale, now flex your feet, then curl in, bring the heels towards your glutes, but also touch the inner edges of the heels together. Thighs are lifted. Inhale, release the heels, extend the legs back and point your toes again. Exhale, flex and curl in. Inhale, point and lengthen back. We're going to do 2 more of these. Exhale, heels connect. Toes point as you reach back. Once more, flex your feet, curl in. Release back with pointed toes. And then return the legs back to the floor. Wonderful. Once you've lowered down, now lift your feet to the sky, windshield wiper your legs, just for a lower back release. And from there, stretch the legs behind you, but this time hug them close together, hands underneath your shoulders, and very slowly and gently, you're going to press back into a child's pose. And then staying in child's pose with the legs close in gives you a deeper stretch into your lower back. So you want to send your breath there. Inhale, filling up the sacral region of your spine. And then on your exhale, let it go. We'll do that twice more. Inhaling, filling up. And then exhale, letting it release. Once more, breath in. And then on the exhale, just begin to slowly roll yourself up to a kneeling position. So from here, we are going to transition to some side leg work. We did do a little outer hip strengthening, so we'll do a little bit more of that, but I also want us to strengthen our inner thighs and our side bodies. Let's go ahead and get that started. We'll begin lying on our right side to start. So once you've made your way onto your right side, just make sure that you're in a nice straight line of energy and that you're stacked up nice. Your feet are flexed, your hand is on your hip, and your elbow points to the sky. You can have your head propped up with your right hand, or you can choose to rest your head all the way on the arm. Note that resting on the arm will make it a little bit more challenging for balance. Propping might help with that, but also propping if that bothers the neck and shoulders. Resting head is a better idea. So we want to keep that left elbow reaching up to the sky. Press your right leg into the floor as you hover your left leg to begin. Belly in, belly up. Here we go. Exhale, pull that left leg up a bit higher. Keep rolling slightly inward with the leg, and then take the leg to hover. Inhaling. Exhale, pull up slow. Feel the strength of your hip doing the work. Hover the leg when you breathe in. We'll do 4 more of these. 4. Firm that belly and release with control. 3 more. Good. Make sure that you're looking straight ahead, lining neck up with spine. 2 more. Find lift. Good. Take it to hover. Once more, lifting the leg up. Taking the leg only down halfway this time. Point the toes and begin to draw circles here. Use a little bit more core strength so that the upper body remains nicely stabilized. Steady breathing. 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Reverse direction. Breath in, breath out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pause. Let's flex the foot. When we inhale, bend the knee. Pull the knee towards your chest. Move slow. And then exhale, push away with that leg. Drive out through the heel of your foot. Now, prevent the upper body from shifting this time as you pull the knee in. Use your right leg. Really push it down into the floor and then drive that left leg out long. We're only going to do 2 more, right? 4 total. Inhale, knee draws in, trying to keep the knee level with your hip. Exhale, press it out. 1 last time. Inhale, knee towards body. And then exhale, push it away. Good. Take the leg slowly all the way down to rest, and then bend the knee to the ground in front of you. Take a moment to really tap out the hip. Good. All right, so we're going to move now to our bottom leg, our right leg, sorry. So we're going to take our left foot and step behind the right leg. Take the right leg and angle it slightly in front. Hand back to hip. We're going to hover the right leg, push out through the heel, and externally rotate the leg now. So we're leading with the inner corner of our heel through this movement. You're going to lift the leg up on an exhale and take it to hover on an inhale. Again, find lift and hover. We're doing 4 more of these. 4. This is a lot of lower abdominal strengthening as well. So when you squeeze that breath out, really push it all the way down, 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 down to the bottom. Hover. Let's do 2 more of these. Exhale, slow pull up. Good. Taking it down. 1 more time. Find lift. And then take it back to hover. So we're going to do the exact same movements, but we're going to break it down into different counts. So for the first one, we're going to exhale, lift up for 4 counts. 4, slow movement. 3, smooth movement. 2, 1, and then we're going to drop it down for 1 with control. Inhale. 4 up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down for a count. We're going to do 2 more like that. Exhale, lift. 2, 3, 4. Take it down for a count. Last time. Lift. 2, 3, 4. Bring it down for 1. Now we're going to flip it around and reverse it. Exhale. Lift the leg up for 1 count. Come down for 4, 3, just to hover. Here we go again. Lift up for 1. Exhaling. Inhale. 4. Lower in 3, 2, to hover. Twice more. Last one. 4, 3, 2, all the way to the bottom. Once you've touched down, restack your body. Line up nice and then rest now all the way onto the right arm if you weren't there already. Extend your left arm to the sky, spread the fingers, plug the shoulder down, point your toes, and squeeze the legs tightly together. Take an inhale. When you exhale, lift your head and your legs off the ground by cinching in your left side body, waistline strengthener. Take the body down on an inhale. So this is not a big lift at all. Exhale, head and legs come up, but don't rely on your right arm for help. Keep it soft and relaxed. Return to the ground again, breathe in. 4 more times. That left arm though is very steady, still, and strong. Keep reaching to the sky. Don't let the arm pull down. Lower head and legs on an inhale. 3 more. Good, take it down. So really feeling it in the obliques here. 2 more times. Once more, exhale, find lift, but then stay lifted. So with this left arm on your exhale, pull it down nice and slowly beside you. Now feel your fingertips stretch down towards both feet. And then pull the arm up, stack above the shoulder again, inhale. Again, sweep the arm down slow, right by your side, stretch to your feet, inhale, pull back up, keep that lift. 2 more. Good, lift. So isolate it to just left arm movement. Once more, lower with resistance, stretch down towards those feet, lift the arm slow and stack on an inhale, and then exhale, let everything gently release. Whew. A lot of work on the side, right? Because meanwhile, when the arm is moving, we're just using our core strength to keep the body up and quiet. All right, let's go ahead and transition onto the other side. So we're going to move on to our left side body. Straight line and stacked up nice. All right, we're going to flex both feet, hand to hip, elbow points to sky. Left leg is your anchor, top leg is your starter, subtle inward rotation. Exhale, the leg lifting up. Inhale, taking it to hover. Exhale, squeeze the breath out, pull navel to spine. Come back to hover, and we'll do 4 more of these. 4, and then hover. 3 more, find lift, and then come back to hover. We got 2 more left to go. Make sure all toes are pointed forward. Good, hover, breathe, and once more, exhale, find lift of the leg, and then take the leg down about halfway. Now let's point the toes, lock it out, stemming from the hip, circles here. Control through core strength, control through slow movement, and control through breath work. 3, 2, check where your elbow is. 1, pause. If the elbow head shifted, just readjust it to its proper position. Inhale, exhale for 3, 2, 1. Good, and then pause and flex your foot again. Now only 4 of these, so take your time. Bend your right knee, slowly pull it towards your chest, but don't let your upper body fall back at all. And then on your exhale, push all the way back out. Again, draw the knee in and use your left leg. Push it into the floor here, anchor it down, and then exhale, drive that right heel out and away from body. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, remember knee, try to keep it level with hip. 1 last time, draw the leg in on an inhale, drive it away on the exhale, and then gently return leg down, bend the knee to the floor, and tap out to the hip to let it release. Okay, so we're staying on this side, but now we're working with our left leg. So right foot behind it, left leg angles out in front a bit more, hand back to hip, elbow back to sky, leg hovered, flexed foot, external rotation. Here we are. Exhale, lifting the leg up higher. And inhale, take it to hover. So feel this in the lower abs, pelvic floor, inner thigh. Lift, and then hover. And we're doing 4 more of these. 4, good, hover. So left leg movement, everything else steady, still, find lift, and hover. So where can you find anchor points here? 2 more. So I'm using my right foot and my left arm as 2 anchor points for my body to keep it steady. 1 more time, lifting and then taking it back to hover. So we're going to do again, same movement, just breaking down at different paces. So 4 counts to lift the leg this time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down for 1 count. So we're not doing this in choppy movements. We're smoothly lifting. 2, 3, 4, then taking down for a count. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, lift. 2, 3, 4, take it down for a count one last time. Now let's flip it. Exhale up for 1, inhale down for 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, lift for 1 count. Take it down. 4, keep pushing through the heel. 3, 2, twice more. Find lift. Come down. 4, 3, 2. Last time. Exhale, find lift for a count. And then take it down for 4, 3, 2, all the way down to the bottom. Once you've reached bottom, stack up again. Lengthen again. Rest on your left arm. Reach your right arm to the sky. Spread the fingers. Anchor the shoulder into its socket. Point toes. Squeeze legs. Here we are. Take an inhale. And exhale, lifting up the head and lifting up both legs. Right side body cinching in. And come down on your inhale. So remember, left arm is nice and relaxed. Right arm has lots of energy. Exhale. As you're lifting, imagine there's a hook on that right hand, lifting you towards the sky. Lower on an inhale, and we're doing 4 more of these. 4, and take it down. 3 more. Good, and release. We'll do that 2 more times. Lift, and return down. You may notice one side's different than the other. Lift for the last time, hold the lift, and then on your breath in, just the right arm only, slowly pull it down to your sides, reach to your feet. Exhale, draw the arm back up. Inhale, pull arm down. Remember, left arm is relaxed here. Exhale, draw that right arm back up nice and slowly. 2 more times. Keep cinching that right waistline side in. 1 more time. Keep on lifting up. Inhale, taking it towards your side. Exhale, pulling up. And then gently bringing everything down to release and recover. We'll just check the time here before we move forward. Perfecto. Let's go ahead and gently press up to seated. Let's get a stretch for the inner thighs, the side body, and our hips. Let's start by taking the soles of feet together and knees coming out wide. This is going to start with groin, inner thighs, and your hips all in one. Hold your ankles and sit up tall. Keep a flat back and hinge forward at your hips. We're going to actually just keep into the hinge part. So you're going to feel your sits bones kind of pull up off the ground a bit. So rather than the sits bones then trying to anchor straight back down to the floor, think of your sits bones now trying to reach behind you instead. And as the sits bones reach behind you, can your heart reach forward a little bit more? So there is this pelvic tilt forward to achieve that. Big breaths into your hips and long breath out. Let's do 2 more cycles of breath here. Inhaling, exhaling. Once more, breath in. And then on your exhale, belly firms, and then you stack up nice and slow. From here, you'll keep the right leg in, and you'll take the left leg out to half straddle. Your left foot is flexed. Your right foot pulls in a little bit closer to your body. Then on an inhale, take your right arm and reach it up high to the sky. Exhale, stretch up and over to your left side. So there is always still length. So you're not just collapsing into the stretch. You're reaching and then stretching over. Keep your right sit bone grounded. Keep pushing out through the left heel and breathe into your right side body. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Let's do that again. Breath in, breath out. Once more, inhaling, firm belly. Come up slowly and let the arm release to your side. Let's switch. Left leg in, right leg out. Half straddle, flexed right foot. Both sits bones anchor down, and you'll inhale to reach your left arm up high to the sky and stretching over to your right side when you breathe out. Make sure your left palm is facing down and you're breathing into your left side body space. Big breath in, long breath out. Twice more, breath in, breath out. One more time, inhaling. And a tight core to pull you up slowly on the exhale and let that arm just float beside you. Once it has, take the right leg in to come to cross-legged with sits bones now straight, rooted to the floor, heart straight lifted to the sky, shoulders back, belly in, arms down and palms up. When you breathe in, reach the arms out wide to the sides and lift them up high to the sky. Touch the hands above you, and then as you exhale, pull the hands within you to heart space. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale, sweep down, reach out, lift up. Exhale, bring within yourself, heart center. Once more. Inhale, sweep up high. And then exhale, hands to heart. Once they are there, this time we'll keep them and bring the chin to chest. Bow to yourself, maybe close the eyes. This is the time to thank yourself for the dedication that you bring to your practice, the dedication you bring to your well-being, your body, your mind, and your soul. Thank you very much for joining. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining in for another recorded class. And I will see you via Zoom live on Wednesday. All right, enjoy this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.